Wikidontist.com. Truth about tooth.
Hi, I am Dr. Thomas Nichupadam. We were talking about smile designing in a whole. Last video we talked about tooth gaps and how to treat it, and today we are going to talk about broken teeth. There are so many people who have fallen down, especially young kids who are in school. They'll play around, they'll kick something, and then they might hit onto a desk or a bench, or they might fall down and would have broken. Most of the people don't know that it can be repaired then and there itself. Or sometimes you don't think about it. You might have cracked on some tin, or you might have opened a bottle, you might have had a chipped tooth. A chipped tooth is actually bad for your lip itself, and it also is bad to have a look on it. So all these things show a very rough person. Basically, if you have a lot of chipped teeth all across, they will think that you are a very rough guy or a rough person. So it is better you have to contour and clear off all the chipped teeth. It cannot be. Most of the people come and ask me, can we just file it off? Can we just take off that whatever chipped area and make the next tooth also look like the chipped tooth? Then what happens is the smile always changes. So please don't grind the next tooth just because your one tooth which is actually broken off is actually broken off. So please don't do that. Rather, you can do so many ways to correct the size of the tooth, and whatever the enamel or the dentine which is gone, or the tooth structure which is gone, can be replaced effectively, and which looks much natural also. How can it be done? Just like what I told in the previous video, this also needs two ways of doing. One is a direct one and an indirect one. Direct one is when the doctor does it on the patient in the mouth itself on the same appointment, whereas the indirect one will have to send it to a lab, prepare the veneer or a crown, and then you will have to replace it. How do you select between? If it is a smaller chip, if it is a younger person, it is much better to do a direct one, because you can do it on the same day. You can just have to bevel and polish the tooth surface. We can use a nano ceramic composite and then just make the tooth which looks exactly like the next tooth, so that you will not even know. Most of the people just come from a school, they might have fallen down, they come down, because as kids they will not be happy to go back to the school without the tooth which is there on the front. So most of the time what we do is we just do an indirect veneer, or we will make that tooth on a direct way itself. We will just make it on the dental chair itself and just clear it and send them. They are so happy. Most of the kids are so joyfully happy when they get the broken teeth back. So please make sure that if you see somebody who has got an injury on the lip and the tooth, please send them down here. We can actually just make sure that the tooth is made to the normal size and the shape without grinding the next tooth itself. So that is the direct method. The indirect method is actually used when the tooth is broken, and if there is an infection, then you might have to go for a root canal treatment of the tooth, and then you might have to go for a crown on the tooth. But even if you are doing a root canal treatment, you might not be requiring a crown unless it is broken in a big way. Otherwise, we can actually do a root canal treatment and a direct way itself. But in some cases, we prefer a crown, because if there is a lot of chipping which has already happened, then it is much better to put a crown. What is a crown? Basically, it is a ceramic cap which can be fixed on top of the tooth, so that it can replace the missing area. So these are the ways we can actually correct the broken teeth. Why should we correct this broken teeth? One is it affects your looks, that is actually your smile. If you have a broken teeth, you will not be able to smile confidently. Second thing is, if you have a broken teeth, what happens is your lip can get injured. So because when you just move your teeth, it is always a rough area, so your lip will always get injured. Even your tongue can get injured. Then the bite also, you will not be happy to bite, or even if you have a drink like a cold drink or a hot drink, you will have sensitivity of the tooth. These are the things why we should correct the broken teeth. Even if you are young, it is better to go for a correction of the tooth, because at the same point itself the young youngster, the young boy or a girl, might feel so many offenses because when they go to their peers and things like that, they'll call them that it is a broken teeth guy or the tooth broken fellow and things like that. So we don't want psychological impact for the young kids. So make sure that the broken teeth is mended on the same day or the next day itself. So, or if there is a delay in doing it, please make sure that you use a sensitive paste or something like that, so that the sensitivity is also maintained off. So these are the ways we can actually correct the broken teeth. So make sure that whatever said and done, we have to take an extreme in some cases where there is a lot of impact on the tooth, and if the tooth is actually broken through the tooth and through the root and things like that. So these are the ways we can actually correct it and make sure that it looks just like a traumatized tooth. This will help you in having your food properly. It will also help you in improving your smiles. So my friends, please subscribe my channel. Make sure that you listen to different ways of doing your smile design. These are some of the tips which you can take home and send to your friends who is having a broken teeth or having a gap on the tooth or having some issue with the smile designing. Keep on watching, keep the subscription on, keep sending it to your friends so that they'll also be helped. Make sure that you listen to it so that you can have a great smile confidently. Dr. Thomas Nichupadam from Nichupadam Dental at Cochin, Kerala.
Wikidontist.com